you prefer, looking at the camera or looking at you?
Let's see, any which way.
Okay.
Yeah, we're already live, which is fun.
Oh, great.
Yeah. Amazing audience. Today is Friday. It feels like Saturday because we're going to have a ton of fun. We are live with Suzanne Shafer. Suzanne, it's a great pleasure to connect with you.
You too.
Good morning.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Good morning.
First of all, thanks for all that you did.
You're welcome. My pleasure.
It's amazing, right? Today, we are supposed to be going for a record of the amount of conversations we've had in one day thus far, organized by one person thus far, right? So it looks like 30 in one day, which means I get to have a ton of fun, right?
A ton of fun. You probably need a toddy too.
I've been training. So here we go. Please do tell me which of your talents is responsible for us connecting at this specific time in history.
I think that the talent that has me here with you is that I'm an encourager. I really have a passion and a talent, gift for encouraging people to be the best that they can be, to create the dreams that they want. And sometimes that takes encouragement and love and huggy kissy, and sometimes it takes a swift kick.
Preferably the hugs first, right? And then the kick.
We would prefer the loving, gentle, but you know, I work primarily with entrepreneurs,
right?
And typically entrepreneurs are in business for themselves because they don't like somebody else's rules. So sometimes it's hard to convince them that the rules they've created for themselves are really stupid.
So who did you learn that skill from? That skill of, you know, understanding when what is necessary?
Who did I learn it from? I think it's a compilation of all the life lessons, the training, a little bit of my formal education, but I have been blessed to grow up kind of weird. But Central Indiana is where I'm from, and I grew up in racing, and so in dirt track racing, asphalt racing, whatever my dad could race, that's where we went.
Sweet.
And so I met a lot of different people, and watched how my dad dealt with people, how my mom dealt with people. They both were successful business people. My dad worked for a corporation, but he was also a race car driver, and he also had a machine shop.
Wow.
And then we owned a racetrack, and a lot of that was simultaneous, And then my mom was one of the top salespeople for Avon, the company. So I learned entrepreneurship in the home.
I can imagine inside that household. It was pretty busy, right?
It was, but we never knew it was busy. That's just what we did.
The balance. They kept balance.
And we did it all together.
Which is important now, isn't it? Like family, community, it's important, right?
It's hugely important. For me, I'm a mom. I'm a wife. I've been married for 26 years.
Wow, congratulations.
Maybe when we actually see this, it'll be 28. I don't know. My husband's better at keeping those dates. I know the day. He remembers the years. But family and community, that's the thing that we've always kept priority. And because of that, I'm that mom that the kids are like, oh, don't do it. Just recently, my middle child said to my youngest child, seriously, if you do it, it's going to get back to mom before you get home. So just don't be stupid, And that's the rule in our house. Don't do stupid.
So the business you're doing, supporting entrepreneurs, what is that exactly? How does that look like?
What does that look like? So my primary client is a client who has 1 to 12 employees, been in business for at least 3 years. I like to get people at about the 5-year mark because that's typically when they're like, why am I so stupid? Why am I doing this? Or their spouse is like, why are you so stupid? And how did I marry somebody so stupid? And I help them work through the stupid. I help them work through the losing money and start creating the dream and vision they had instead of living the nightmare that they've created. So it's typically somebody who's struggling with income, who has a great business idea. They just need some fine tuning. If you've ever read Zig Ziglar.
That's my guy. That's actually the guy I spoke to when I spoke with JC, who connected us.
Yeah.
says if you help enough other people get what they want, you will get what you want.
Exactly. And I was blessed to meet him in person and to
really?
be able to talk to him.
Wow.
Yeah. And I said to him one day, I said, I'm going to share the stage with you. And he said, no. One day you're going to have your own stage and you're going to help more people than I have.
Ooh.
And so that's been like
Sounds
a
like
personal
Zig.
inspiration and challenge, you know. And so I lost track of where we were at, but I get really excited.
No,
you know,
no, no.
I get really
so
excited.
here's where we're at. I can bring you up to par because
Okay.
I'm super intrigued by what you do. You're actually helping those entrepreneurs who are just about to switch over from that 5-year period, and you're about to tell me the website where they can connect with you, because I'm sure there are many people that want to connect with you there. So what's the website?
So the website, which my web guy will be really excited that I'm going to finally finish, is Championship Business.
I love that. So one thing I needed to clarify, is it the technical aspects of the business as well you're helping them with, or are you coming on from a coaching perspective?
So typically what people in small business think is that they need more clients.
Right.
And so I normally come in, I'm normally called in or asked in when somebody thinks they need marketing help. And from that, I start talking about, okay, what are your numbers? Can you afford to get a new client? How do you afford? How much is a client costing you? And then we work from that perspective. I'm telling all my trade secrets here.
No, you're
We
good.
work from that
I think people are
perspective.
going to sign up just because of who you are, because you know you bring that energy. If I'm not mistaken, unless it's the water you've been drinking, right?
It's not the water, it's not the orange juice, it's definitely not the hour of the day. But I really do, because I've seen what small business success can do.
Yeah.
But more than that, I've seen what small business failure can do. And there was a day when I was just like going to check out, just totally just work in our brick and mortar shop business. We own a collision center and have for almost 30 years. And I was just going to check out, and I had a friend come in, and I could tell he was not himself. And I'm like, friend, you know, what's the matter? Oh, everything's good. I'm like, no, sit down, I'll be with you. I went over and he said, I had to do something today I never thought I would do. I'm like, what's that? He goes, I had to file divorce papers. I had to sign divorce papers. My wife didn't want to be married to an entrepreneur anymore. And that to me was just the affirmation from God that you need to be doing this. I've given you these talents. I've given you these skills. I've given you the path to follow, and you need to make the impact. And so from that, I said, okay, let's do it. Because when a small business fails, it's not just a sign coming down. It's typically financial hardship. Most divorces happen over finances. There's communication issues. That affects not just the couple, their customers, their children, their church, their schools. It affects everything. So it disrupts the community.
Yeah.
And as one who believes that we need more community, I've got to do my part to help.
I love that. I love that. I love that. Where do I sign up? I'm joking.
All right. And I love travel, so man, I'll hop in the RV with you. Let's go.
We're not in so the RV, so just to clarify, the RV was supposed to be something, right? So we didn't get through with the funding to get the RV. It's all good, because my friend, I do not believe an RV would have worked for what we needed to do on this trek.
Yeah.
Mentally, yes. But when we got to the road, it was a total different scenario.
Yeah.
Driving through New York with an RV wouldn't have been one of my highest points.
It would have been memorable.
Well, I'm not sure I've been here. But added to that, my wife suggested, instead of changing it, that we would change it, exactly, and change RV to rental vehicle. So we are in a rental vehicle. Yeah, she is, right?
You have a brilliant wife, my friend.
Well, let's switch gears for a moment, right? Let me now invite you into my imaginary time machine that is surrounded with beautiful, warm, blue Caribbean water. Suzanne, what is your earliest childhood memory?
My earliest childhood memory was actually a day that I was home with my mom and dad. My siblings apparently were old enough to be in school, and my dad took the training blocks off my tricycle.
Ooh.
I know that just sounds crazy, but it was just one of those things. I think it's because I had older brother and sister, and they were riding their bikes, and all of a sudden I finally get the
opportunity
off my
That's good.
Because back in the old days, we didn't have fancy training things. It was literally 2 pieces of 2x4 electric tape onto. Yeah, my dad was a racer, man. They made things. We didn't buy things. We made things.
So why do you think this memory is so clear for you?
Probably just because the full attention of my parents, and they were just so proud, and I was so proud.
Do you see that memory connecting to who you are today?
Oh, wow. Gosh, you asked the tough questions.
Ah.
You know, I think it's just always knowing that just keep pushing. You can do it.
Can I offer an interpretation to the
Absolutely.
thought picture you created in my mind?
Absolutely.
You are helping people with their business get off of their training wheels.
I love that. I love it. Yeah.
It's
see,
time for them to ride.
It is. I thought you were going to invite me to the Caribbean with you. Travel's what I love.
That's amazing. If we fast forward to when you were 12 years old, what was your favorite song?
Ooh. You know, I don't even know if it was 12 years old. I just remember we always sang in the car, Harper Valley PTA.
Yeah, what song is that?
It's really a bad country song.
All right, cool. All right, cool.
But now you're going to have to YouTube it.
Well, that is what I will do after. Yeah,
I grew up in a
definitely.
small town, so it was very representative of how some things worked in small towns.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, Susan, we've arrived at our destination, but before we get off of this imaginary time machine, there's a small declaration form. So it's yes or no, possibly a bit more. Are you ready?
Yes.
You should see her face. Susan, have you chosen someone to pass on your skills to?
Have I chosen someone? I work really hard to impact each person that I work with. My life goal is to impact 10 million people, and I can't do that personally, but if I can impact you, and you can impact Amanda, and you can each impact 10 people, and they impact 10 people, impact 10 people, impact 10 people, I think it happens.
Love it. Are you married? Well, you said you were married,
I
right?
am very happily married
That's
to an
good.
amazing man, yes.
Do you have children?
I have 3 incredible kids, yeah.
Do you believe in God?
Without the grace of God, I would not be here, my friend.
Do you have an inner circle of friends?
I have a very tight inner circle of friends.
Do you watch TV for more than 3 hours a day?
Are you kidding me? No. If I sit still that long, I'm asleep.
How about 3 hours a week?
Maybe 3 to 5 because we fast forward through Jeopardy.
All right. And what about screen time, the phone and or the computer? Is it more than 8 or less than 8 hours a day?
I do a day?
Yeah.
I would say less than 8 hours
All
a
right.
day.
All right.
Yeah.
One of the concepts I've invented, if you will, is your own unique real self, right? Which is yours.
Yes.
Connected to that is your own unique real statement.
Yes.
If you had to share with us your own unique real statement, a statement that represents Suzanne Shafer, what would you say that is?
Travel more, talk more, love more.
Love it, love it. Suzanne, this is a great pleasure. Before you leave, is there anything else you'd like to share with our amazing audience?
Probably like the coolest thing I've done recently, being the last 25 years other than getting married and having children, is I just finished a 6-week tour in Europe with my daughter.
Oh, really?
Where we didn't know the languages, we didn't know the currency, we didn't know the systems, and then we were joined by her best friend and her mom. We had the most amazing time ever. So I go out, travel, meet different people, do things that you're afraid of, and laugh.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
Amazing audience, you heard it here. Suzanne Shafer, thank you for being on What is Inspired by 12-Minute Convos with Angel
Thank
Jones.
you.
Boom!
Boom!
Thank you.